Today we'll be discussing what all religions say about anger. But before we begin, please take some time to subscribe. Your support really helps spread our message of peace. Thanks. Now let's get started. Have you ever been so angry that you felt like you would explode? How many times have you reacted without thinking because you were just so mad? We all feel angry sometimes, and it can feel good to let that anger out. But anger is a powerful emotion that can hurt ourselves and others if we don't control it. So what do? Let's look at what different religions say about dealing with anger. Maybe they hold some answers. So here are 3 major world religions and what they teach about anger. We're going to start with Christianity and the Bible. In the Bible, there are many verses about anger. Most of them warn us about having a quick temper. For example, James, chapter 1 verse 19-20 says, "Be slow to anger, for human anger does not produce the righteousness that God desires." Here God tells us that getting angry doesn't look like what he wants us to do. Our anger can make us lose control, and it can keep us from being at peace with God and other people. This means that when we're angry, we should take a step back and think about how we're reacting and how it might affect ourselves and others. When we can calm down and think clearly, we can choose how to react in a way that is kind and loving to everyone involved. Next, we will look at Islam and the Quran. In the Quran, there is one verse that talks about how great it is to be able to control your anger. It says, "The ones who restrain anger and pardon people indeed, Allah loves the doers of good." This verse is from Surah Al-Imran, chapter 3 verse 134. Here, God praises those who can control their anger and forgive others. This means that showing self-control and kindness is something God appreciates. When we face anger, we should try our best not to give in to it and instead work towards forgiveness. By doing so, we become better Muslims and more like God. Finally, let's talk about Hinduism and the Bhagavad Gita. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2 verse 63, it says, "From anger arises delusion, from delusion loss of memory, and from loss of memory the destruction of intelligence. When intelligence is destroyed, one perishes." This verse teaches us that anger can make us confused and can harm our intelligence if we let it. So when we're angry, we should remember to stay calm and think carefully before we do or say anything. If we don't, our anger can cause problems in our relationships and bring us pain. As we learn from these different religions, anger is something we all experience. But how we deal with it can have a big impact on our lives and the lives of those around us. In the Bible, the Quran and the Bhagavad Gita, they all teach us that losing our temper isn't the best way to handle our emotions. Instead, they encourage us to be patient, kind, and forgiving. They also remind us to think before we speak or act, especially when we're feeling angry. These teachings can help us become better people and live more peaceful lives. So what do these different viewpoints have in common? They all agree that anger is a normal human emotion, but it's not something that should control us. Each path offers unique practices and perspectives on managing anger. Being patient, forgiving, and turning anger into positive actions are common threads. They teach us to use anger's energy to make us better, not to harm ourselves or others. Remember, it's not about denying anger, but about understanding it and choosing how to respond. We can all learn from these teachings to create a better, more peaceful world. We hope this video was helpful in giving you a little insight into different religions and their teachings. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and share it with your friends. We would love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. So go ahead and share your thoughts, and let's continue the conversation. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.